Hello everyone, this is Donna. I wanted to go over an April review. I was using a Field Notes size traveler's notebook. This is by Buteo Bunker and the color is indigo. I don't know if you can see how beautifully blue that is, and I've rolled it to give it some texture and to make it a little softer. Let's see. Here. And it came with a dark closure, a black I believe, but I can see this better, so I restrung the closure in this bright yellow. So this was my dashboard for this month, and you'll see why. Now, I have to tell you, this was just a greeting card, blank on the inside, and I put this here because of the butterfly. So this was for April. This is my April listing notes, what have you. This is just a wraparound cover that I put around this Field Notes notebook. You can see that it folds in from the back, and I just washi taped it there. But this is for list making, extensive note making, what have you. You can see that on this back of this dashboard, the front, I can put my sticky notes. On the back of this cover, I put this little pocket holder. This little clip says wild. I love it. But I can put things in there. Again, another sticky note. Some more on the back of this card. Here's a little pocket. And here's some sticky notes with some lines on it to do today, if I was wanting a little extra to use. Again, another little pocket. And I want to go over the April setup. Again, it's the craft cover. And I just did a wraparound, and I'm just going to open this up. I say I'm going to. I just put that in there for the time being. And about April. April is named after Aprilis, which means to open. Hibernating critters emerge, birds return to warmer climes, bees and butterflies, bees and butterflies begin to gather nectar. April signifies planting time. Local farmers believe the ideal planting time is the first Monday after Easter. And many of the local farmers in my area do subscribe to that. The birthstone for April is a diamond, and the month of, or the sign of Aries covers from the 21st of March to the 19th of April. And the birth flower is a sweet pea or a daisy. They both will signify April flowers. April is a time when butterflies begin to gather. This has a saying, and it says, if you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. And then I wrote in, all things you do are great. There was something about that saying that needed something more, in my opinion. You can see that I've been using the 2 days per page, going vertical. Here's the 1st of May. You can see I needed to get some blood work done, and things went on down. Some days I captured the weather. This is a weekend, but you can see this beautiful flower arrangement here. There's a saying, April showers bring May flowers, and I'm sure that they thought about this, but again, the color combinations that they have done are within a similar range most months. You can see I had a doctor's appointment here. Some notes. April comes from Aprilis, which means to open. So May really is an opening to warmer weather. Here's a little sticker that came with the ones that accompanied. It's an add-on to your order. You exist in time, but you belong to eternity. And I wrote in, we are all connected in some wonderful way, and I do believe that. But you can see how busy things were in May. Now this is my put in my handbag and take around traveler's notebook. Up here I wrote egg hunts all about. And I wrote here, enjoy life. And this was Easter Sunday. And it was 73 and sunny. Now, this is the Monday after Easter, which for us was a county holiday. It's not a federal holiday. Some of our local governments choose to set their own holidays, and this happens to be one of them in the county in which I live. You can see here was a shopping list. But again, it's appointments, bullets, notes, comments, things of that nature. I'm just going to put that right back in there. Again, this little notebook provides some pages that are not suitable for what I want to use them for in the way of calendar. So I use this as notes section. And I wrote, as of 4/11, I turned the corner from this 5-month-long illness cycle. However, I did a crash and burn and became ill again. But you can see I had plenty of space to make more notes. This is a little hello card that comes from Field Notes. I just put that in there, and some sticky notes. Room for more notes. It says, the only difference between a flower and a weed is judgment. And I've always been told that all flowers started out as weeds until we took control of them and started cultivating them. Butterflies. Do you remember these? These things, they grow wild, and you blow on them and make a wish, and if all of these little feather-like stems blow away and you end up with just this, your wish will come true. But here are the butterflies, and you can see here, I ended up in the hospital. And I got out that day at about 5 o'clock. I was in the hospital for several days. So again, I'm back trying to do the things that I need to do. And here is a tree and it's smeared, but this was Arbor Day. And you plant a tree on Arbor Day to commemorate Arbor Day. Well, actually, this was Arbor Day. But I made a note to, and I didn't plant a tree. I had intended to, but I just didn't get to it. And then I wrote here, sunny days ahead that bring May flowers. Now, this is a section that I cordoned off for my lists, but you can see I didn't make use of it. And this is the back of that little purple folder. Now this strand held my monthly calendar. I cannot do without a monthly calendar because of appointments that are planned in advance. So I just merely slipped it out of this one and put it into the Field Notes binder that I'm using for the month of May. And as I said in the past, I like to use, let's assume that we're here. I will take this and put it here so that it holds these together, and sometimes I put another elastic over here. Let's see. And I would probably run it around this whole thing like this. But you can see how this holds that open to these 4 days. And that helps me know where to go. And I would have had, well, I did have, during the month, some paper clips up here that had a little header on them so that you could easily turn to the day and also for the month one. But you can see this is a beautiful, beautiful piece of leather. And I've shown you how I've planned for April, excuse me, I keep saying May, planned for April using my Buteo Bunker Indigo Field Note Size Traveler's Notebook. Oh, one thing I wanted to point out to you. These little inserts are not quite field note size, and that's what caused me to cut this in the field note size so that it wouldn't be sliding all around. It will stay better with this full-size insert field note size, but you can see it's a little shorter, and there's a little piece down here at the bottom, but it sits or sets well in here. All right, that is the month of May with my yellow closure in my Buteo bunker using my Cocoa Daisy setup that I have converted to my own use. I think I said in a previous video, and good Lord, I can't remember when that would have been, but this is a marriage of my need for 2 days per page, or my preference, into a wonderful planner that allows me to convert to my preference. So, that being said, I'm going to sign off, and I'll be coming back in a short while.